What's up? It's your boy Kevin to Turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin Turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, we are Let's team man, turn. Tell you motherfucker, show you outside, big crip and the gang, show you outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia deal thing, and Texas, stand the fuck up. Each day is to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you who you are, but also never put yourself in a position you don't belong. Let's stay humble, let's get on this revolution, on this movement. Keep y'all way first. Coming to the Black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Today, motherfucker, show you outside, big crip and the gang, show you outside shit, man. Turn up. In the gang. Bruh. A lot of these rappers, man, celebrity rappers, are getting behind them bars, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, when you got a lot of money on, man, a lot of shit can happen. You know what I'm saying? And when you even famous, a lot of shit can happen because certain niggas do certain things for you and you didn't even ask for it. They'll just do it off the strength of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Then they'll not give a nigga a pack. So Lil Durk, you know what I'm saying? He in that Pokemon, that bad time. You know, they try to hit that nigga with that Rico shit. So basically, Little Durk, man, what's up? Little Durk, bro, you know what I'm saying? His gang is basically snitching on him. You know what I'm saying? Man, it's crazy because a lot of people, man, they talk crazy, and then when the feds come, they snitching like crazy. Some people in this car in the video was crying. You know what I'm saying? They was crying. You know what I'm saying? So, they trying to say they did a whole plan to get arrested just to snitch on Durk. You know what I'm saying? But they're trying to release this nigga. So I don't know what they gonna do with Durk, man. You know what I'm saying? Cause, you know, and they're trying to say that he has something to do with King Von. And OTF Vonni did. Man, this shit is getting wild, bro. You know, I hope y'all look at these videos and look at it carefully, bro. Cause, bro, you can't trust nobody. You get a nigga a 50 ball and they still snitch on you? Crazy. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And let's get into it. Shout out to District Trending. What y'all think about Lil Durk, man? His case, man. Y'all think he done, man? I guess they call it OTF Vonni, but man, I don't know when his court gonna start. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he fought against that Rico. It's basically Rico, because he got all them damn people in it. What y'all think gonna happen, man? This shit crazy.
Today marks the end of Lil Durk. It was just announced Chicago rapper Lil Durk's sister-in-law calls King Von's cousin OTF Vonni a rat and a snitch. In the M for Hire Fed case, in an IG post, as in the court today, his file was updated, showing that he's no longer in the Bureau of Prisons custody, which means that he has now been released from jail, likely on a house arrest. OTF Vonni would then get his hands on a cell phone, where he would text somebody very close to him, but that person then flipped on Vonni for snitching, and he leaked everything. OTF Vonni texted, "Yeah, I'm trying to plea out on a 32, which is the base for an M for Hire. Max is 43, which is life, but I would get -2 points for a plea, -1 point for an early plea, -2 points for no background, so I'll then have 27 points, which is only 5 to 7 years.
So they
It's better than that because I can't go to trial. I might get an elbow. I don't want them to do me like the other boys. When saying he doesn't want to get got like the other boys, he's actually referring to OTF Jam, who also snitched on Lil Durk, but more on what happened to him later. However, I was able to find the answer as to why OTF snitched on Durk, and let me explain. In OTF, there is 3 main guys left, being Lil Durk, OTF Vonni, and OTF Dede. It was announced this new Lil Ted body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Lil Durk and OTF members have now changed the case. Durk's lawyer lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal, which raises the question of who is Lil Ted and what did he say to the feds? Lil Ted is known as OTF Dede's brother, who is also related to OTF Vonni, which those two are the two main OTF guys alongside Durk. So when Lil Ted at a local convenience store, he had a firearm in his jeans pocket, which is a serious crime. But it also played out perfectly for Vonni and Dede.
Oh, they Muslim. They don't snitch. Man, Muslims ain't. Nigga, that's why they go to jail. That's why people turn Muslim, because they be snitching.
That's cool though, right?
With Lil Ted now being arrested, alongside Vonni and Dede already in prison with Durk, they would all gang up against Durk, take family ties to a new level, and snitch out. Because when Lil Ted was being driven to the police station, even before he got inside, he had tears coming down his face as he told police, "I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings," hoping not to be placed into jail, but he was already too late for him.
He crying? Hell no.
Hey, stop it. Stop it.
Damn, the police can't stop being a little bitch. Damn.
Being placed into the waiting cell, Lil Ted is seen crying his eyes out, wanting nothing more to just snitch on the gang members he knows in OTF and be taken out of jail to go home.
Wow.
I can't understand it. Relax. What's the number? What you saying, man? We're gonna see what we can do for you, alright?
This nigga crying. I mean, like, this nigga a little bitch. All that tough shit to be a little bitch.
What you talking about? I'm trying to get that.
Out of the three, Lil Ted was the first one in court paperwork to start snitching in the OTF case. So when there was news of someone snitching with the family's last name in the court paperwork, everyone believed that it was OTF Dede. But in reality, it was actually his younger brother. But now, with Dede and Vonni snitching out, it realistically happened due to their mothers and family sitting them down and convincing them to not throw away their own lives, which is very common in a situation like this. As with them having family ties for their entire lives, the police knew that. They likely got them all in one room together just to all flip on Lil Durk. As while they're snitching out, making their own situation better, Lil Durk is going through. In case you missed it, the news wrote, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was involved in an altercation inside a jail this morning. This resulted in Lil Baby tweeting, "I don't care about nothing else other than Durk right now, free the bro." As the entire world was trying to figure out what happened to Lil Durk, but it all began with a tweet of, Lil Durk's day one homie Gleesh passed away last night in Chicago, meaning this is now several OTF members that have been targeted, which raises the question of who would want OTF. This is when fans noticed the same day OTF members were being dealt with, Quando Rondo and Lil Tim did separate interviews, but they were released on the exact same day. Many look at it as a weird coincidence, but others believe that it was a way for the feds to not investigate them for putting a hit out on Lil Durk, using it as a good alibi. As Lil Tim said,
I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn.
That nigga knew it was King Von.
Last night.
What the fuck? That nigga knew it was King Von. Stop it.
That's how I was. But I was like, I ain't know the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't know no disrespect to like his mama saying.
That nigga got like fat ass forehead, nigga.
Get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
As Quando Rondo even said the exact same thing, saying that he wishes it was handled a different way.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where
nigga, y'all didn't want to handle it no other way. Nigga, y'all ready for whatever. Stop the cap.
Or whatever, like that could have got handled in a legit
Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Y'all ready for the fuck shit. Stop the cap.
I just got a 5,000 this month because
Stop the cap. Y'all ready for that shit, nigga? Come on, man.
Music way.
Two ops of Lil Durk Durk, both doing an interview on the same day, praising Lil Durk and wishing things were handled a different way. This definitely did not seem suspicious, but many believe they acted fast on Lil Durk because he was just about to be released from jail. To understand when his release date is, it's important to know the news of words from Durk's father have Lil Durk being released on a bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge can't refuse it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son.
His dad just got out, now his son is.
This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro.
Don't even look like his dad.
He wasn't pro defense, but he was pro justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's gonna give a ruling in the next few days about what's his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased at how it turned out. So continue, family, friends, and fans, continue to keep us in your prayers, and we thank you. And inshallah, God willing, this be victorious for us, and we have a good ruling in our favor.
As the prosecutors dropped evidence against Lil Durk, which resulted in him having a release date. The news wrote, today Lil Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence
You think
against
Lil Durk
while
bitch getting
reading
hit?
out loud during his court
I'm
hearing
thinking
in front
most
of
definitely.
everyone. I wonder how this will affect the rest of his bond hearing. As the prosecutors announced they dropped the evidence against Durk, which is great news, but the way they did it was so corrupt. They would stand up in front of the judge and announce, we are dropping this evidence, as the lyrics go, told me they got an Addy go, got location go, look on the news, see your son screaming no, no. While then playing on the projector screen, the news clip of Quando Rondo screaming no on the sidewalk.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Which is a very corrupt and wrong way of dropping evidence, as yes, the evidence being dropped is great, but the judge is going to have this in the back of his head when deciding if Durk should get a bond or not. This even resulted in Charleston White saying,
this is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music, don't like the killing part of it.
As with Charleston White not liking the idea of Durk coming out, Durk's lawyer, Drew Finling, would reveal his release date, giving detail on the prosecutors ruining their own case.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he mentioned, the case is getting weaker for the prosecutors, who can now no longer use Durk's lyrics. This resulted in Durk's lawyer calling the charges a joke. The feds only had lyric-based evidence against him, but now they're not even using it.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment.
Y'all make this sound do good work with they clip.
It does name him. The indictment
was
identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Hack. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this.
While Drew was doing interviews, waiting for the judge's decision, 1 week later, he would finally decide. Durk would be seen entering the courtroom. As the news read, the feds say Lil Durk would need to go completely broke and give up all of his property to be granted a bond. They fear he might use his fortune to place bounties on witnesses.
No bond for Little Durk. Let me tell you about what options he has left and why the bond was denied this time. Now, he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets than what's being put up. So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
As with the feds afraid Durk might go after witnesses, it seemed like he already did. And it's what happened to OTF Jam that OTF Vonni wants to avoid at all costs. It was announced, has anyone heard from OTF Jam after he snitched on Durk? Several OTF members are gone, but he has been gone for months, as he was outed for being a snitch on DJ Vlad's show against Lil Durk.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
Nigga was talking like this the whole time.
Ironic name.
Jam.
Did 12 years.
Like, what the fuck?
Interviewed, said he kept it real.
Hell no.
Gave him 50,000.
Right. Phone, car, house, 50,000.
Mentioned that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught it on case. But eventually he flipped.
As once this hit news headlines, the news read, OTF Jam was found by OTF members hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta. Sources claim Jam was dealt a punishment for snitching on OTF owner Lil Durk, alongside a photo of a crime scene outside of a house Jam was staying at, where no one has heard from him since. But you may be wondering, what did Jam provide? It reads, over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports are being processed for discovery, as OTF Jam supplied them with that evidence. Where it would be this Instagram Live where Lil Durk first noticed that Jam was wearing a wire the entire time.
That's over 100 hours of information, bro.
Check on your man, you got this.
See?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I never having a day architect. I'm having a dare.
That's over 100 hours of information,
As with the police revealing all of this evidence now in 2025, it answers what Lil Durk said in 2024 when he was on an interview with DJ Academics.
I see shit from a mile away. I don't think people realize that.
True.
I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your is gonna cooperate.
As news outlets began saying, Lil Durk has been playing 3D chess the entire time. He knew OTF Jam was going to cooperate.
He been playing 3D chess. What the fuck? Why he in jail?
He doesn't even allow his friends to know where he lives anymore. He gives no information to anyone. You can tell just how sad he is knowing Jam snitched.
Nobody's ever allowed to my house. My best friend never been to my house. For real?
Damn. Mine either.
I promise. Your best friend? Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like I'm just a different type.
Y'all feel him.
Have family night at Durk house tonight.
So when them niggas ran down on that nigga and he said his girl and he was shot at the people, that's crazy than bitch.
Everybody getting watched. Watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play.
Now, OTF Jam is the same man Lil Durk gifted $50,000 to during this IG
no
Live.
loyalty at all, bitch.
The police saved this IG Live for one reason, and I want you to watch the people in the background.
What's his name? Steady crying, huh? He's steady crying. Feed him.
See that?
Feed him.
My babies. I got hold y'all babies, ain't it? I gotta hold my money like this. This too much.
Yo, goofy ass.
I'm just doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this.
Big goofy ass.
We winning, bro. Whatever it is I want to do, I can do it.
You can tell, you snitched easy.
Y'all can't do that, bro.
34,000 people. I came on live, Captain.
Yeah, I did popped out 12 years. So much money. Really, just get in order to just figure out lanes, man, boy.
Now, the feds investigated those in the background of the IG Live. They noticed those same men were jewelry shopping with King Von, making it very clear they were all very close friends, and if anyone were want to get revenge for Von's passing, it would be these guys.
Solitary. Let's go over there. Boss, you good? My boy, let's go.
That's tough.
Real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money man stepped in.
With OTF Jam's snitching file now being released in the court system, academics would ask Durk's lawyer, would Lil Durk entertain a plea deal? Drew says no, we're going all the way for one reason.
You know, likelihood of a plea. I think a lot of people have seen like this seems like it's a do or die thing. This is kind of like it's going to be like a 1 or 0 type of situation. You're either are or you're not. Is Durk, from your understanding, or you as a lawyer right now, as his criminal attorney, are you open to possible conversations about plea deals? Are you thinking, no, we're going all the way? Would you entertain it? Just entertain it? Because that's your job to listen to it and maybe present it to Durk, or that's just off the table?
It's a conspiracy commitment case. It's an all or nothing case, and he did not participate in a conspiracy to commit. So there is no alternative. It's a life sentence, potential life sentence. So this case is going to go to 12 people.
They're going all the way for one specific reason. Durk's lawyers have been keeping this in their back pocket to win the case in the end, explaining that all Lil Durk does online and in music is express his First Amendment right.
There's a First Amendment argument here, right? That this violates the First Amendment. Can you talk about that?
Right, for sure. I mean, I'm expressing myself. I can say the things that I want to say.
It's true.
In a rap record.
And they can't hold that against you in the court of law.
And there's country records, and there are pop records, and there are R&B records that talk about all kinds of things. It's just that there's this notion that with hip hop, quote, glorifying that suddenly now we're going to use these things to prosecute them. But does that mean that the free speech, First Amendment, has gone away? No, absolutely not. He can absolutely rap about what he wants to rap about, and that doesn't mean just because the story is valid.
As it looks so good for Lil Durk, lawyers online are even saying he's going to be released from jail just like Young Thug was.
We've seen it happen quite a bit. I don't know that I'd say it's been persuasive. I think the biggest example we look at is Young Thug down in Atlanta. They took a lot of his lyrics, and even though technically speaking, ultimately they got a conviction, he actually walked out on time served. Most of the people that were prosecuted didn't end up being convicted. And
one nigga got 70 years of life, nigga.
And so,
that nigga looking like, what the hell?
Freedom of speech issue doesn't mean that just because I'm saying something in a rap song,
that nigga
it typically is a rap song, does that mean that I actually did something? And this is an extra interesting twist here because Lil Durk's attorney is saying, well, this song was actually released months before.
As he went on to explain how the prosecutors likely don't understand rap culture, saying that this happened in many cases, just like Young Thug's.
Yeah, and I'll go out on a limb and say that sometimes prosecutors don't necessarily understand hip-hop culture. It's almost like a text without context. So you got to really understand the time, the place, the audience. Sometimes they might speak in ways that seem direct to somebody that's outside of the culture, but doesn't necessarily, but can mean several things to someone inside the culture. So it would certainly be a flub, big time, right? But it wouldn't be the first time that such a thing has happened where somebody looking through the window, particularly of hip-hop culture, doesn't understand what's being said other than their desired use of it.
But the feds do understand one thing about hip-hop. That is, everyone is connected in one way or another. This is why it's a massive coincidence that Brick Baby was just arrested. News row, prosecutors delayed Durk's chance of being released on bond to gather last-minute evidence against him for the next hearing. Chatter of a new snitch is going around the courtroom, which doesn't include OTF Vonni. This is likely due to the arrest of Brick Baby. Now, just a couple weeks ago, it was shared, Big U, Brick Baby, Loose Cannon, and others were all arrested in a rolling 6
So they
days
snitching on that nigga?
which is
On
when it
him?
was shared. Lawyers and sources believe Brick Baby, who was arrested in the latest takedown, will snitch against OTF rapper. The timings of both arrests make lawyers believe the feds can force Brick Baby to give up everything on Durk. The feds originally only targeted Durk for M for Hire because of Brick Baby. 3 years ago, he did a live stream saying you can't say Durk never slid for Vaughn because they got Lil.
Yeah, we all thought he got hit for a drug raid or something. Like, it was some random shit. He said that shit. Everybody like, oh shit.
Live streaming
Lil Durk did it.
share his old
But we didn't know. We still don't know, but that's what everybody was saying.
Like the reason federal attention began following Lil Durk.
This just said, 5 Chicago gang members with ties to Lil Durk, OTF, accused of being hired to
Ripper was a clown, bro.
Quando Rondo in the LA incidents where Lil Pop was unalive. Suspects faced the penalty if convicted.
But was this an attempted hit or
well, they can't say that no more.
Then they put you as
you can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FBG Cash?
Flacco talking about
Oh.
federal charges in California?
You didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. Nobody did.
Oh. What's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more.
They said Flacco actually kind of knew. He just trying to bring it out of him.
Even worse, when the feds brought up Durk's lyrics of "told me they got an Addy go, got location go," they connected it to another Brick Baby situation, which goes and reads: Brick Baby says he would have dropped Quando Rondo's location if Durk had asked him because he's loyal to him, saying what the Addy was.
Why is that? Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, look, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10.
Idiot.
He had to ask
Brick
me.
Baby, shut your dumb ass up. Popping too many pills and drinking too much lean. You big dope.
9 times out of 10, like I said,
nigga was an idiot.
Can I leak a bar? Sure.
You're like, anytime it's hard to get that nigga sent to jail.
Right.
With all of these people snitching against Lil Durk, do you believe Durk is going to get sentenced to prison or beat the case? Comment down below.
He can
and if
beat
you're
the
a fan
case.
of Durk, leave a like on the video.
Sure. So what y'all think, man? Y'all think he done for, man? Free that nigga Durk.
We want to begin now with some breaking news. Rapper Lil Durk is charged in a for hire plot.
Lil Durk's real name is Durk Bank, and he is from Chicago. This is his mugshot from Florida, where he was arrested last night.
The Chicago police just created a new evidence file titled The End of Durk. This features enough evidence to put him in prison for life, with even evidence proving that he backdoored King Von. I know how it sounds, but this new evidence lines up perfectly, as they had in the files these words from OTF Vonnie's father.
I'm going to give you this. It's a backdoor, and I got all the pieces.
Damn.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
King Von didn't say it.
Is it open? Vonnie told him it's off the hinges.
Wait. Are you talking about the Von? Like King Von?
Listen very carefully. When the payment was made to Little Tim, the next day or the same day, Durk asked Vonnie, was it open? This is what he asked him. Was it open? Those were the exact words. Was it open? He told him it's off the hinges.
Are you saying that Vonnie backdoor King Von? No way. That was right in there.
You heard what I just said. Guess what? You need motive first, right? I got bankers. I got bankers that'll testify that or will make a contract or make a statement to you and let you know that this is the amount of money he had, this is what he had, this is that. Now, you need motive first and foremost. I got text messages from the lawyer letting you know that who told on Durk before, who told on Von before he.
As academics would then ask Vonnie's father why Lil Durk would want King Von gone, the police would note that at the time of King Von's passing, him and Durk were facing a case together. It ended in a private settlement, meaning there's a high chance Lil Durk made a private deal with the feds, snitching on King Von, saying
that
he
nigga set
committed
up on
the
One Day Military and King Von.
Durk want Von?
Officer Francis. He set up One Day Millie and King Von. He gave the information to One Day Millie. That's how they got the phone. They had no evidence.
How you bring me to the table when I pass you up?
Officer Track gave the fucking information to the police. And he was the manager for King Von. He set that nigga up. The police, they tried to say the police killed King Von. They ain't trying to say the police killed King Von, bro.
That Von didn't have any contractual ties to Durk like that.
I mean, come on, man. He wasn't even signed to him. Hines is his friend. He lied on Breakfast Club and said, "Hey, you think your man would be sitting here with $300,000 worth of jewelry on and he not have an attorney? He got a public defender."
Which is when a viral tweet would then go around reading, OTF Vonnie's dad leaking that Lil Durk had King Von dealt with is really making me wonder why Lil Durk suddenly goes on IG Live when he is connected to someone passing away.
I don't know if Durk has something to do with it, but hey.
Lil Pab and FBG Duck all passed away. Where even in the police files, it shares that Lil Durk commonly uses IG Live as a live action alibi. So when somebody passes away, he can just tell the feds, I was on IG Live, go check the records. However, OTF Vonnie's father is very upset that his son turned federal. It was tweeted, OTF Vonnie's father reveals Vonnie allegedly orchestrated Lil Pab and King Von's passing.
Oh, no, he didn't respond to me because this is what happened. He was dead when I sent that to him. He didn't respond to nothing else to him. I told you he can't take my advice because they playing. They made themselves get caught. This is what come along with it. They wanted to get caught. You understand me?
That's what you
They wanted to get caught so they can snitch.
Okay.
They wanted to get caught.
Was it you that said that? With the whole narrative about
Cause they're gonna get paid when they get out. Damn.
I don't know who said that, but that was me.
Cause that was a focus. Everybody was trying to make it seem like
his dad even told on him that he snitched.
No, that's just saying what he finna cop out to and this, that, and
damn, his dad is a real one. His son done ratted out.
I said that in my video. I
motherfucker done capped out.
My name was for it.
No, he ain't gonna tell him. You gonna tell it just like you orchestrated Lil Pab. You orchestrated and guess who you work for?
Where OTF Vonnie's father is from the streets, where if somebody snitches, you can then snitch on them, and he didn't hold back. But it will result in Lil Durk facing all of the punishment. It was announced, Chicago rapper Lil Durk's sister-in-law calls King Von's cousin OTF Vonnie a rat and a snitch in the M for Hire Fed case. As in the court file today, it was updated showing OTF Vonnie is no longer in the Bureau of Prisons custody. This means that he has been released from jail, likely on house arrest or at a halfway house, where OTF Vonnie got his hands on a cell phone. This is when OTF Vonnie's father learned his son just went federal, where Vonnie's father would text him asking what's going on. Vonnie texted back saying, yeah, I'm trying to plea out on a 32, which is the base for an M for hire. Max is 43, which is life. But I'd get -2 points for the plea, -1 point for an early plea, -2 points for no background, so I'll then have 27 points, which is only 5 to 7 years. It's better than that. I can't go to trial. I might get an elbow, and I don't want them to do me like them other boys. When saying he doesn't want to get got like the other boys, he's referring to OTF Jam, who also snitched in the OTF case, but more on what happened to him later. However, Vonnie's father is very upset still. He would even expose the real reason why OTF Vonnie snitched, and let me explain. In the federal files, it shows there is 3 main guys of OTF: Lil Durk, OTF Vonnie, and OTF Dede. Vonnie and Dede are related, so it was announced the new Lil Ted body cam footage of him begging to snitch against Durk and OTF members have changed the case. Durk's lawyers submitted paperwork for an extended time on their bond proposal, raising the question of what did Lil Ted say to the feds, as Lil Ted is known as OTF Dede's younger brother, who is also related to OTF Vonnie. This family of 3 are now turning their backs against Lil Durk, as it started when Lil Ted was arrested by police at a local convenience store when he had a firearm in his jeans pocket.
Really? What about that? A man had it with an extended clip. That's cool though, right?
Where at this moment, Lil Ted was then driven to the police station, but before even getting inside, he had tears coming down his face. While he told the police, I swear I'll tell y'all about the passings, hoping not to be placed into jail, but it was already way too late for him.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I put down my life. You ain't gonna never see me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it.
I'm talking like my past police shit. When I done got arrested, I ain't never did that shit. You know what I'm saying? The police can break your fucking arm and break your fucking leg. You never know what the fuck can happen. They can break your ribs and shit. You never know. So I'm just saying, my past shit, they ain't never seen me like that. So the guy never happened.
Being placed into his waiting cell, Lil Ted was seen crying his eyes out, wanting nothing more to just snitch on the team members that he knows did crimes just so that he can go home and get out of jail. Who knows what OTF Dede told his younger brother in the past?
Wait, hold on, you gotta relax on me, because I can't understand it.
Nigga missing 2 front teeth, bitch. That nigga fucked up. That nigga know he gonna be fresh meat in that bitch.
As with OTF Dede being his older brother, when there was news of someone snitching in the court files with the family's last name, everybody assumed it was OTF Dede, but in reality it was his brother. As in court records, all it shows is the person's last name. So with Dede being the older brother and Vonni being related to Dede and Lil Ted, it's very realistic that their mothers and family sat with them and convinced them not to throw their lives away. This is very common in situations like this, as family ties run a lot deeper than street ties. As while they're just snitching out to make their own situation better, Lil Durk is going absolutely through it. In case you missed it, the news wrote, Chicago rapper Lil Durk was involved in an altercation inside a jail this morning. This resulted in Lil Baby even tweeting, I don't care about nothing else right now other than Durk, free the bro. As the streets were able to connect what really happened to him, which begins with a tweet of, Lil Durk's day one homie Gleesh passed away last night in Chicago, meaning that several members of OTF are now being targeted, raising the question of who would want revenge against them. Now, fans noticed the day Lil Durk was involved in his altercation in jail, Wando Rondo and Lil Tim did interviews on the exact same day. They both said the same message, where some look at it like a weird coincidence, others believe it was a way for the feds to not investigate them for putting a hit out on Lil Durk. The same way Lil Durk uses IG Live as an alibi, these two used an interview. As Lil Tim would say,
No, like, shit, I was just protecting my little brother.
When you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn.
He didn't get no fuck.
Did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how it was. But I was like, I ain't know the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't know no disrespect.
That nigga don't get no fuck, man.
Saying shit like that, because I could easily get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, they ain't never popped that shit off. That would have never happened like that.
Which even resulted in Quando Rondo saying the same thing, saying that he wishes it was handled in a different way.
Whoever on my side, they got kids and a mama that 100% love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this book that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out, or whatever. Like that could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Two ops of Lil Durk doing an interview on the same day, praising Durk and wishing things were handled differently definitely doesn't seem suspicious. But if that doesn't convince you, it was also announced just a day prior, Lil Durk was about to be released from jail, making many believe they acted fast in case Durk was granted his jail release. To understand when he could be out, you need to know the news of words from Durk's father have Lil Durk being released on a bond. With this being his third attempt, his lawyers made an offer so great the judge can't refuse it.
I just left the courtroom for the bond hearing for my son.
Boy, this shit is insane.
Released for the third time. This time it was very fair. The judge was very fair. He wasn't pro-prosecutor. He wasn't pro-defense, but he was pro-justice. So he listened to all the evidence, and he's going to give a ruling in the next few days about what his position is for the bond. But we were very pleased with how it turned out.
If they wouldn't take all that money on that he was trying to get him for that bond, they wanted everything he had. Everything. Even his motherfucking houses. They wanted everything he got to be released. They want that nigga to be a bum, nigga.
As Lil Durk being released from jail looked like an absolute reality when the prosecutors prosecutors dropped their own evidence against him. It gave him a release date, which is why they acted so fast on catching him in jail. As the news wrote, today Lil Durk's court hearing had the prosecutors telling the judge they are willingly throwing away evidence against him while reading it out loud during his court hearing in front of everyone. I wonder how this will affect the rest of his bond hearing, as while the judge was making his decision on Durk's bond release, the prosecutors told him, "We would like to drop this evidence," and read this out loud, saying, "We want to dismiss the lyrics of, told me they got an Addy go, got location go,
I mean, they can't really use that.
your son screaming no, no," while also showing the judge the news report of Wando screaming no on the sidewalk.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
While it's great they're dropping the evidence against him, the way they did it was so corrupt. Right when Durk is trying to receive a bond. This will be in the back of the judge's mind when making his decision. This was so bad, even Charleston White would react.
This is a real victory. Now that demonic force was a dark force. It was a dark energy. I think we now finally get to put that fire out. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
As with Charleston White hating the idea of Durk being released, Durk's lawyer, Drew Finling, would reveal his release date, giving more detail on the prosecutors ruining their own case of dropping the evidence.
The other allegation they backed away from, which is huge, it shows the weakening of the case. Previously, the prosecution had alleged that Durk paid the bounty for the through one of his co-defendants, and they named the co-defendant. Now they've backed off that allegation. They're not actually saying that Durk paid the bounty through the co-defendant or anyone else. And the fact that they're not saying that suggests that previously they thought they were going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy, and now they know we're not going to be able to prove that he paid the bounty through this guy.
As he mentioned, the case is getting weaker for the prosecutors, who can now no longer use his lyrics. Durk's lawyer would call the charges a joke, saying all the feds had were lyrical evidence against him, but now they're not even using it.
The case is as follows. So there was an indictment that did not name him, right? It had named others, and then there was an unindicted person. And then 3 weeks later, that indictment was what's called the first superseding indictment, and it does name him. The indictment was identical, except the unnamed person now became Durk Banks. And this is the really important part, Ack. The second indictment, what's called the first superseding indictment, only had one new fact. It had one new fact, and that was it alleged that there was a video by Durk that celebrated and monetized this
Everything looked so great for Lil Durk. It really looked like he was about to be released until the news broke. The feds say Lil Durk would need to go completely broke and give up all of his property to be granted a bond. They fear that he might use his fortune to place bounties on witnesses.
No
bond for Lil Durk.
That's crazy. I ain't giving none of my shit back to the white man.
And why the bond was denied this time. Now he's in federal court on a murder for hire charge where he faces the possibility of life in prison. What that means is under the federal law, it is presumed that you do not get a bond because the charge and the penalty are so serious. So your lawyer has to go out there and show why you should get a bond. Now, ultimately, what the district judge decided to deny the bond on was a couple of factors. There's a couple $1 million being put up, but it's not all being put up by Durk. Some of it is from the label, and ultimately Durk has a lot more money and assets.
Yeah, Bobby Smurf and the label didn't want to do shit.
So if I let him out on bond and he tries to flee, he's going to have tons of assets and money at his disposal.
This happened because while the judge needed a few days to make his decision, something bad happened to OTF Jam, where the feds now believe Durk Durk is already using his fortune to place bounties on witnesses because it was announced OTF Jam was found by OTF members hiding out in a crib outside of Atlanta. Sources claim Jam was dealt a punishment for snitching on OTF owner Lil Durk, alongside a photo of a crime scene of the house that Jam was staying at.
There's a guy named OTF Jam.
That's wild in the bitch.
Very ironic name.
Jam got
put everyone in the jam.
He had 12 years.
12
got
years.
out, interviewed, said he kept it
Jammed
real,
him up.
brought him cars, gave him 50,000.
Right.
This. Made mention that ain't no smut on his name. He ain't never been a rat. Caught a gun case.
Real nigga Durk, man.
But eventually he flipped.
This is because what OTF Jam provided to the police will put Lil Durk in jail for life. It reads, over 230 gigs of digital evidence, which includes audio recordings, video surveillance, and 20,000 pages of reports, are currently being processed for discovery, as OTF Jam supplied them with 200 gigs of evidence, as it would have been even more if Lil Durk didn't notice that Jam was wearing a wire during an Instagram live, where Jam was seen holding the top of his jacket, whispering in it.
Boy, riding hard. That's crazy.
Ain't gonna lie, man. Hey, when I was growing up, I don't have an architect.
That's crazy.
And sadly, when Durk found out about it, he cut ties with OTF Jam. He even hinted towards it during an interview with DJ Academics, where it reads, Durk has been playing 3D chess the entire time. He knew OTF Jam was going to cooperate.
I see from a mile away. I don't think people realize that I can have a conversation with you for 5 seconds and know your cooperate.
Where he would even speak further on it, saying he doesn't even allow his friends now to know where he lives anymore. He gives no information to anyone. You could tell just how sad he was knowing Jam ratted.
Nobody's ever allowed to my house. My best friend never been to my house. For real? I promise. Your best friend? Promise. Like, it's people like that I just don't allow around my girl and my kids. Cause it's like, I'm just a different type. I'm not the family night at Durk house tonight. It's the everybody at Durk's crib. Yeah, we gotta everybody getting watched. Watch everybody. Hey, they go too close to them kids. You know what to do. Like, that's how I play. Like, I don't play. I see from a mile away. I don't think people realize.
As OTF Jam is the same man that Durk gave $50,000 to during this Instagram live, which is really upsetting, as Durk would do anything for this man. But I want you to pay attention to those in the background of the IG live. It's very important.
What's name for steady crying? He's steady crying. Feed him.
You know what I'm saying? You see that?
Feed him.
Feed the rat. I gotta hold my money like this. It's too much. Crazy though. I'm sitting up there doing all this. Sneak this and internet games and all this. I'm do something. Like, we winning, bro. I can do whatever it is I want to do, I can do it. Buy what I want, do what I want. Y'all can't do that, bro.
Bro got out what?
You know that.
How many you did it all?
How many years I did it all?
Yeah. That's your last beat. 12? That boy popped out 12 years. Yeah. So much money. Really just get in order to just figure out the lanes, man, boy.
The feds investigated those in the background of that IG live after Jam ratted on all of them as well. They would end up connecting it to a jewelry shopping video with King Von, which makes it very clear that they were all very close friends and that these are the same men that slid for King Von on Lil Pab.
Solitary.
They just looked out, man.
Let's go over there. Boss, you good? My boy. Let's go.
They got real in here, man, because he just stepped in. The money maker stepped in.
And sadly, due to the snitches in Lil Durk's OTF case, he's about to lose his life. If you're a Durk fan, leave a like on the video and comment down below whether or not you think he'll win his case.
Never sue the other.
Alright, we back. Like I said, man, free Durk. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, we all live in this world, man, where, hey, anything can happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, Get Back is a motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not saying what he did was like the smartest thing to do, bro. But if y'all literally read them damn comments, man, they like, you didn't slide for Durk, you didn't slide for King Von, you didn't slide. So it's like, nigga, his career probably would have been over anyway. You know what I'm saying? If he would never slid, his career would have been over anyway. We ain't saying that he slid on him, but we just saying like shit happened. You know what I'm saying? So is Brick Baby snitching? Hey, we gonna see, man. They might throw out the music, so hey, there's a chance that he can win this shit. Cause if they don't snitch, I don't know, there's so much crime, there's so much other stuff that he got piled up on him that they trying to put on him 3, so they might try to pile this shit up and get him out the paint. I don't know, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like it and subscribe. And we out this bitch hood and outside big crip in the gang. That's our shit.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.